You know, at one point there's just so much of the truth, and enough is enough sometimes. But anyways, something came up that I thought about, because everybody knows when you go home and you're home alone. So when you go back to the angel in heaven, if your family doesn't love you, you don't go home with any of that, some kind of feeling that you can take home. I mean, because you can't take home money, and money doesn't feel like anything. But the power to love, to take love home, the true love, you know why it's true love? Because when it was pure, they hugged you all the time. So a hug is an attachment. An attachment can attach to the male in the story. The male in the story, the fee it costs for the male in the story, which makes the difference on the earth, the male and the female. Okay? So now that we have the hug and we have the attach, now we can attach it to the story. And when we go home to our angel and say, oh, it was great, my family, we had such love, because I brought the attachment, which is like a part of the spirit of them. You know, when you plug into something, if we all plugged into the same system, we can all communicate. Or we can do it up there too, so I won't lose communication with them, because they'll trust me. They know me since I was a kid, since I was pure as a child. And I grew up to lose them, to lose the trust with those that we love most, because the first hug was from the mother. Mama. Mama, Papa. I'm going to get into that story another day. But you know, when you go home with the attachment of the family, of the true love of all of your life, and all your life is love, and love is what you want, when you bring home no love, you haven't brought home every part of the story. Because every direction is a part of the story, the north, the east, the west, and the south, and part of it is the love. I'm not sure in which direction that is, but love is usually pointing up, no? Because everything that is no good is usually pointing down, but it depends on the direction anyways. We're not going to get into that either. So you understand the story? My transmission has to get out to everybody to understand the trust of the difference of the love. Because attachments that you bring home have to be pure. Love is pure. Impure things stink. They are sour milk. The reason for the Milky Way. Either it's milky or it's whey. It's either good, it's good one day, but it's not good the other day. Although a day is all the same, the only thing that changes is nothing. Because you can say the same thing in the same hour of every single day. You can make the same moves. The whole thing is the position of the planet is different. Thus make everything else different. We leave you at that. Raphael 7286. Family is important. It gives you the attachment to take home to your angel. So when the story is complete, when I take my male, my energy, the God to the God, the of the whole game, the esprit, the spirit, the whole package where the wires went through, and you bring it back up, you've got totality. When someone has totality, they have it all. I'm broke. I got no money. I have nothing. But with my thoughts, I actually have it all. And I don't need much more than what I need to survive. Because life is a survival of the fittest. And how fit are you? And can you handle the truth? Do you have a strong mind or a weak mind? Your own business. It's your business. I want to come and buy something. So when I come and buy, they give me the service. Because I am the clientele. Le client is what you tell. But otherwise, if they come to collect, you don't tell them nothing. But yet it's the same person who came in as nice as he did before. Yet you see him different because what he wears on his back. So there you treat him different. Now all man's different again, and again and again and again, and day 6 and day 6 and day 6. And that's why it took so long before he got the walk. Because the right man finally stepped up to the plate to play the perfect game. And he received the 4 balls. So the strikes went to mean nothing. So then the perfect number must be 4 because it falls on a Wednesday, which is a hump day. And in Spanish they call it miércoles, a miracle day. Thus I was born on that day, a day of a miracle. No more closer to the first day than the last day. That is days in between. But at lunchtime, the differences will change. So we eat lunch with no change because nothing changes, except for the people you talk with. And those are the stories of the day. and that is during your lunch time, which is your free time, and you can do anything with your free time because you are free to do anything. You are man, and you are put on earth to roam, and you have all the choices. Make the right ones so you don't step into the pig shit. Anyways, things are getting a little sour, and I got a lot of power. I'm ready for all your questions. I'm just doing this fast because I'm afraid the connection will close, because when it closes and you come to me and you ask me about anything, I will know absolutely nothing. The only thing I'll remember is to be a good person, because remembering the best things and the rules is the part of the whole game. So I'll remember to be a good person. I'll get up in the morning. I'll go to work. I will not have any problems, and if I do, I keep them in my head for myself. I do the work for the man on where I go, and I do the work for him as I work for God. At the end of the week, I get a pay, a little redemption for the work I did, and then I'm happy. So if I don't squander it and gamble it and piss it away, I'll be happy all the time with what I get. But man is never happy with what he gets. So what's the difference if he gets more or if he gets less? Because he's never happy anyways. Man takes chance. He is the biggest gambler around, and he doesn't even know it. He hasn't even picked up a deck of cards. He hasn't even gone to the racetrack because he can't see, and he needs the blinders like the horse, so those are the reminders, and that's why he should be at the track. The track is the right place, and that's why I was there for part of my life until I understood what the blinders were all about. I saw the blinders. The horses had them. I knew in a way why they helped, but I wasn't actually sure how and why they helped. So now I know the how and why. You block out everything in your path. You see the truth. You don't let anything change your way to the truth until you study the whole way of your story. Now when you get to the end, okay. If it wasn't okay, then you'll look at the other guy's point of view. But you got to finish looking at what you started before you finish to start something else. Finish what you got before you start something else. You got it? You get it? Got enough. Raphael 7286. All I got are these transmissions. These are my life. I got a lot of papers that I can read, but if you look at them, all you'll see is Mishka Bigvo, like the little kids do. It's just that I see what I'm looking for, and I know what I'm looking for. That's why I have these videos. So maybe you can bring me back to the truth and tell me if there's any truth in the story that I tell you. Give me a comment. I want to know. Does it make any sense? Can you make sense of it? Can you make a few cents? A few cents a penny. A penny is worthless. A cent is cent, C-E-N-T, which is 100. And even if you got 100 of 100%, you make no sense at all. So man throws away the penny because he makes no sense. So therefore money has no sense at all, but man wants it still all the same. But what I don't understand, it makes no sense. That's a common sense. To want something that gives you less, although it seems to be more, and affects you so bad you can't think straight, you kill for it. And then you want all the oil in the world, you look at it like gold and it's black. How can you not see the difference? And you can't see the difference with the Baba black sheep, the black sheep of the family, that he's black too, and him you throw in the gutter. But when the gold is black, it's okay, when it shines and it brings in money. But the black sheep, don't forget he was white one day. He fell to the bottom of the barrel. It wasn't his fault. He didn't know any better. He was just learning. Give him a chance. He fell to the bottom of the barrel when the stones crushed in the universe and the dust fell to the bottom of the barrel. Thus the dust is dirty, and now the lamb or sheep is dirty. Thus he looks like the black sheep of the family. Thus he doesn't look pure anymore. Thus, that's what everybody thinks about me. I'm not pure because I don't look the same color. Because my shave is not good. Because I made a mistake. Because sometimes I'm in a rush and I don't have time for stupid things on earth the way other people look at it. Because they're so stupid, they're chasing their tail. Man doesn't have a tail, so he's chasing his lies, and he never finds them, because the story is only a truth, and it's easy to find the truth, and it's easy to know where the tail is, and we still know it's a tail, but the tail is never the truth. The tail doesn't say the whole story, as at the end there's only a point, and after the point there's nothing else, so you fell off, and that's the end. Raphael 7286, you're all I got, guys. Come on, man. Take it easy. Spread this across the globe, man. Make me famous. I'm not looking for money. I got the biggest secret, the best words to say, and it costs nothing. Free. Absolutely free. All the good words I have to say are free. Who said the good things in life are not free? When you learn these words and it costs nothing, and you want me, all you got to do is call. I got a telephone. It don't cost nothing. You can call me. I'll talk to you. If you're friendly with me and you give me a chance, I'll give you the time. So how much is it going to cost? 5 cents to speak to the man who has all the answers? When it costs you so much more when you go to a book, just the gas to get there costs more than the 5 cents for the telephone call. So the 5 cent call, the nickel and the dime, are worth a lot more than you really think. Because once you have a lot of money, it's not spent in the right places. You don't know what to do with it. You have too much of it. You lose the point of the whole matter. And the money is the matter, because it's the matter of all things. You see, in the universe, there's a matter, and the matter moves. And if it's between something like two rocks, it crushes. So if it crushes, it falls to dust. So everything matters, because when it fell to dust, it fell on the sheep. And the sheep turned dark. And he looked different from everybody else, yet he was pure. Everything matters. 7286 Raphael, make it matter for me, and show everybody that Urantia, the book, somebody has learned to read the book, if that's what you call it. I call it day 6, day 6, day 6, day 6, day 6, day... And I just kept saying that until day 6 was finally over, and I found a friend that I can go to sleep in peace, because tomorrow's the 7th day and I can rest because I finished my story. And I'll have to call Stephen, because he is the saint of even. He is the balance. Saint Even, Stephen. So you know you can trust somebody who's fair. Since a saint that's even is Stephen in one word, he doesn't know himself, but he doesn't have to know, because I always trusted him. Because he always told me the truth, although I didn't like his truth. Because his truth was really hard, so I didn't want to listen. And he told me the whole truth. But sometimes, you know, he had a few of the stories mixed up, but I accepted it, because most of what he told me of this story was from his heart. And he changed it a little because of the bitterness of man. But his truth was really pure, and that's why Saint Stephen and Stephen is going to come here to protect me for the night, so I can rest on the 7th day. Because God rested on the 7th day, man got all the rules to the book. So we can be able to do what God did if we follow the rules. But we can't do it in the universe, but we can do it on earth, because he showed us to have the chance. As 7 is 7 is 7. 7, 7, 7, 21. Me, the spirit, the angel, the three of us together, as 7s, we make 21. Maybe it's 6, 6, 6, 6, and with God it's 24, makes up the whole story of the day. But I'm not looking to really see for... I didn't come in to see the river right now. I don't want to know the river card, okay? We'll see that later, okay? Ciao.